A mysterious Bitcoin whale just sold $21 million worth of Bitcoin 5 hours ago, but he didn't finish there. Afterwards, he created a $60 million short position. Does this whale have some insider information? Are we about to witness a massive crash, or are we about to squeeze this bad boy? Let's analyze.
My crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Let's analyze Bitcoin. Today's video is going to be extremely important because it's gonna prepare you for what's incoming next. We will go through weekly, we will go through daily, 4-hour and 1-hour time frame. Each time frame is gonna have a different kind of signals. It depends on if you are investing, if you are a swing trader, day trader or scalp trader, what kind of signals you are looking at. But to understand properly the low time frames, you need to understand the high time frames, alright? So you need to have this kind of holistic view of the market if you want to be trading profitably. So let's start with weekly time frame. As you know, we are creating this idealized corrective wave, expanded flat pattern, where after we have crashed by 30%, we have created an A wave. Then right now we are finishing the B wave, or it was already finished, and afterwards we're gonna have the C wave that will take us towards $44,000, and before the end of 2027 we will hit $240,000. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, what's right here, you already know. If you are watching the previous videos, you already know that we have tried for 2 times break above our magical resistance, $121,000, but as every professionally analyzed resistance should hold, this one held as well for 2 times, 2 strong attempts of breaking above it, and both attempts ended up as shooting candlestick patterns that you are usually see at the top of bull trends. You know, right here in January we have created the shooting candlestick pattern. After that we have got a confirmation with bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, and that's also one of the reasons why we have had this 30% crash. Right now, not only we have created one shooting candlestick pattern, but we have created 2 of them on 2 attempts of breaking above $121,000. So together with that, we have also created a double top formation, extremely bearish sign, and afterwards that was also one of the reasons why we have started to crash below our channel, and it seems like the ABC zigzag is already concluded, ladies and gentlemen. Together with that, right here on the MACD histogram, you can see clearly that we are creating a bearish divergence. The price action created a higher high, but the indicator created a lower high, confirmed by the bearish cross. This is a bearish sign. Does it mean that I'm shorting right now aggressively? Well, it doesn't, because if you take a look what's going on, we are touching the moving average orange trend line. So right here we are having a strong support made out of the moving average trend line, and also by our VPVR volume profile point of control right here. So what am I waiting for? What's gonna happen next, ladies and gentlemen? For that we need to right now zoom in into 1 daily time frame. But before that, let's take a look what's going on with the fear and greed index on 4-hour time frame, which you can analyze with me and monitor with me on our website mycryptoparadise.com. So right here you already know about the magical points 20 and 80, right? And as you already know, we have hit the number 20, ladies and gentlemen. So this is usually a bottom signal, ladies and gentlemen. It worked perfectly in the past, and it seems like it's gonna work right now as well, because it nicely confluences with our demand zone on the daily time frame. But we need to also understand that we have finished the zigzag, all right, the ABC formation, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm talking about is exactly this, because right now on the daily time frame you can beautifully see the subwaves, right, of what I have been sharing with you right here on the weekly time frame. So if you understand how the zigzag is being formed, basically A wave and C waves are motive mode waves. That means that they are subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves. You can pretty much assume when the waves are gonna end and when there is going to be a change of trend, right? So let's analyze the C wave, ladies and gentlemen. Does it have 5 moves behind already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems like it does, right? After we have broke the previous low, which was the 4th wave right here, it actually confirmed it, all right? The daily candle closed below the previous low. That basically tells us from the Elliott wave perspective that the 5 moves to the upside been already created. The 5th one is not going to be extended. With the highest probability we will not hit $135,000 before a reversal to the downside. So right now it seems like we are already creating a motive mode wave to the downside, and we have probably hopefully created a first wave out of that motive mode weight. What am I talking about is exactly this. So if we are breaking below this ascending trend line, ladies and gentlemen, we are right now trading inside of the first wave, which is also a motive mode wave. That means it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. As you know from our website mycryptoparadise.com, impulse 1 2 3 4 5, it does have 5 subwaves. But if you want to analyze the market properly, you need to take a look also what's going on behind each subwave. And because we understand that the first wave is a motive mode wave, we know that it also subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves, ladies and gentlemen. So right now I do believe that we are in this one, which is also subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves, right? 1 2 3 4 5, and with the highest probability right now we are finishing the first one. So what does it mean? It means that we are about to have some kind of reversal to the upside, right? So what is supporting this bias? Well, first of all, we will be analyzing the subwaves of the first wave, and I will tell you where the first wave is going to finish. Is it going to finish lower or higher, or did we already finish it? Well, we will take a look at it in a minute. But first of all, right now, let's understand that we are back at our 1.61 Fibonacci retracement level. From the higher degree perspective, this is a strong demand zone. If we take a look at the momentum indicator right here on the MACD, we can see that we have created a lower low, but the MACD histogram created so far a higher low. What does it mean? This is a classic bullish divergence. When the price action is creating lower low, but an oscillator, the momentum indicator, is creating a higher low, it basically suggests that the momentum of buyers is decreasing and the bulls might have an easy job to start taking over, right? So considering that we are also at a support zone and we have the fear and greed index kinda in a fear mode, right? And we have touched the magical number 20, which is usually working as a bottom signal. This is a pretty nice coincidence, isn't it? It's a nice confluence of signals. Ladies and gentlemen, if we take a look at stochastic RSI, we are also in an oversold area, all right? Previously, we have been in oversold area right here in August, and as you can see, it resulted if the fifth move to the upside. If we take a look at the RSI indicator, we don't have actually like a bullish divergence. There might be something like an exaggerated bullish divergence, but for the RSI indicator, I'm waiting for confirmations. I'm waiting for a cross of the RSI above the moving average RSI trend line for confirmation, all right? And also right here on the MACD histogram, there is the bullish divergence, but also as a professional traders, you need to be waiting for confirmations. So blue line need to start crossing above the red line. That's going to be your confirmation that we are indeed starting to go to the upside. If we will get these confirmations and this demand zone is gonna be holding with the highest probability, we are pumping towards retesting the VPVR at around $117,000, which will nicely confluence with this channel being retested, right? Because for a proper breakout of any channel, you don't only need a break to the downside, right? But you also need to have a reclaim so the momentum can continue in that price section of that breakout. So right now we have got a breakout to the downside, but we also need to change this previous support ascending trend line into resistance. How do we do that? We need to have a bearish retest. So I want to see a bearish retest and this holding as a resistance, and we will have this kind of flip from support into a resistance. I want to see it, and it will nicely confluence with retesting the VPVR on the daily time frame, and it will create the secondary wave to the upside. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting for a daily candle also from a confirmational perspective to close above the demand zone. That will be another confirmation. If we take a look on our 4-hour time frame, what can we see are the subwaves of the pre-assumed first wave, which actually did not finish yet. We will be talking about it, but right here on the 4-hour time frame, you can beautifully see that we are also touching our demand zone, and with the highest probability, if this demand zone is going to be holding, we are about to start pumping towards this or this resistance. And if it's gonna start confluencing with Fibonacci time zone that we have right here, we will have a change of trend afterwards. So after we have concluded a corrective mode wave, ladies and gentlemen, and touching one of these resistances, confluencing with the Fibonacci time zone, we will be starting to positioning ourselves into high probability short trade setups with Paradise Family VIPs. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, what can we see on the 4-hour time frame is also something extremely important from the candlestick perspective. Right here, we are seeing, as we are touching the bottom of our support zone, two bullish hammer candlestick patterns. Absolutely beautiful signal, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what does it mean. You usually see those at the bottom dream of downtrends, don't you, right? This is a nice reversal signal, ladies and gentlemen, where you have the long shadow candlestick wick right here, small body. It means that the bulls been extremely aggressive and they've been pushing all the price action that was created by the bears. They've been pushing it back, and ladies and gentlemen, this is a nice reversal signal. So let's take a look right now what's going on. So from the 4-hour time frame, we are at demand zone, all right? And the first wave, I've told you, is not probably finished yet. We will be calculating the end of the first wave in a minute, of the first higher degree wave, to be absolutely correct. If we take a look, however, at the RSI indicator, we can already see some early signs of bullish reversal, ladies and gentlemen, bullish divergence. We can see on the RSI a higher low, price action is having lower low. We can confirm that on our MACD histogram. We are having the same thing. As you can see, the bearish momentum is decreasing. What I'm waiting for on 4-hour time frame is the beautiful cross of blue line above the red line, stochastic RSI in an oversold area, which is also nice. But as always, you are waiting for confirmation. So from the RSI perspective, also I'm waiting for the moving average RSI trend line to be crossed by the RSI trend line. All right, so loads of confirmations are necessary for us to be able to say that we are about to start pumping towards one of these resistances, either the $117,000 or $120,000. But once we have these confirmations, this pump to the upside will happen, and it will again surprise everybody, and probably it's gonna even squeeze the big whale that is right now in a short position. So once we are having a confirmation from the price action perspective right here, also we want to move above, we want to reclaim the moving average trend line, so a break and retest, right, retest it into support. Once we have all of these confirmations, we can start pumping to the upside, right? And as you know, from the professional trading perspective, more confirmations means higher probability trade, right? And if you can synergize it with a beautiful risk to reward ratio trade, where you place your stop loss very tight to the entry and you place your exit targets as far as possible, this is a recipe for a long-term profitability, and that's exactly what we are doing in Paradise Family VIP, where we are sharing with you our personal trade setups with clear entry and exit targets. So let's right now analyze the price action, how the subwaves, how the Elliott wave theory count is developing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame with the highest probability. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are creating a fifth wave of our first higher degree motive mode wave. What am I talking about? Let's take a look. So the first motive mode wave is not a straight line, right? As you already know, it's subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves. 1, 2, 3, 4 was finished right here, I do believe. And right now we are creating the fifth one, which is an extended one in a formation of what? Is it an impulse? No, it's an ending diagonals. You can see at the fifth waves of an impulse, ladies and gentlemen. It subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, where each of the waves is a corrective mode wave pattern. Here on our website, in our MCP Free University, you can learn how to trade this for free. You can learn from us, from professional traders, how to trade these ending diagonal patterns, as well as many other technical advanced analysis stuff that we are sharing with you, how to operate with for free in our MCP Free University. So right now, how are we moving inside of that zigzag? So first of all, I do believe that we have created the first zigzag. By the way, in an ending diagonal, first wave, third wave, and the fifth wave needs to be a zigzag formation, all right? So I do believe that we have created right here the first zigzag right here, first wave, then a secondary wave, which was a double free formation, nicely touched our resistance level right here. Afterwards, we have started to create another third wave, all right? And I do believe that if we will cross the moving average trend line and also reclaim it, all right? So again, as you know, you need to have a breakout and a reclaim. We are about to start moving towards our fourth wave, all right? The fourth wave, as you know, from the ending diagonal perspective, needs to finish in the middle of the first wave at secondary wave, all right? So it cannot exceed the secondary wave. If it's gonna exceed the secondary wave, or right now we will start crashing below the first wave, it is a different pattern, all right? And that is why with the Paradise team, we are monitoring the markets 24/7, so we can get prepared and we can catch a long side or a short side. It depends on how the market is gonna perform. So always you need to be on a watch out if you're a professional trader, and you need to be waiting for your opportunity to start shooting. Otherwise, Otherwise, you are like a sniper waiting, patiently waiting for your trading setup, right? So I do believe that right here we have finished the third wave that beautifully touched our 1.272 Fibonacci retracement level that I've analyzed by this wave right here, and we are already connected the first wave with the third wave. So this trend line is giving us an approximate target for the incoming fifth wave, all right? And also the fourth wave, if we will start reclaiming this moving average trend line, will with the highest probability finish right here at around $112,000. Why? Because this is an important, ladies and gentlemen, important 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level that I have taken from the first wave of our ending diagonal, okay? It would end it up in between of the first and secondary wave, so it would be following the rules of an ending diagonal, and if this resistance is gonna hold, then there will be a nice opportunity to start pushing to the downside. And with the highest probability, the fifth wave of the ending diagonal will finish right here at the descending trend line, which is also confluencing with the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level that I have taken from this sequence, from the secondary wave of an ending diagonal, okay? If that's gonna hold, ladies and gentlemen, the ending diagonal is going to be finished, and afterwards we will start the secondary wave, right? What am I talking about? Is this secondary wave, beautiful secondary wave to the upside, and after that, if this resistance is gonna hold, we will nicely change the previous support into resistance. We will start pushing to the downside inside of the third wave, right? So right now with the highest probability, as you already know, we are in the motive mode wave that will take us towards $90,000, approximate target $90,000. As you know, we are right now moving inside of an impulse, and with the highest probability we are finishing the first wave, and once the ending diagonal is going to be finished, we will start the secondary wave. Obviously, if this demand zone starts crashing, it's gonna fail to hold, ladies and gentlemen, even though right now at this instance, but it can change, right? But at this instance it's a low probability, but if this support zone is gonna crash, this first wave is gonna continue much lower, and we are not actually creating an ending diagonal, but we will have an extension of the fifth wave as an impulse, all right? So in the next videos I will be sharing with you the next support zone, if that's gonna be the case. However, if this is an ending diagonal, this is how the next price action with the highest probability right now is gonna perform. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button if you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Cheers.
My crypto paradise.